Waving hand hooplings. Last. Kilaudy. Waze. Morning Pets, and Robot Lady, and Chat. Wazoo up. Robo Lady thanks Doc. Good day everybody. The BNF Fractal 75 I ordered from Eve won't bind half the time, and when it does bind its range is probably about 50 feet. Kind of unfortunate, waited a while for it in the mail, sad face. Hey, all and phoner. Good morning or afternoon, slightly smiling face. Elbow cough. Word to your twasher. Kilaudy. I love my F-75s. They are tiny beasts.
Oh, hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody. Random little middle of the week stream here because I had been trying out the update that just went live for Liftoff. Oh dear. I had been trying that out last week, a little early, and I didn't want to stream it early. I didn't want to show it off early because I wasn't sure if they were going to change it.
Tiniest is a sniper MX. 3/4's bastard.
Alright, the update. Yeah, the update's already done. Alrighty then. One moment while I get some things sorted here. So now, if you have Liftoff micro drones, you technically can fly what I fly every day. And we're about to see how accurate it is. Mr. E, what's happening? Everybody, what's happening? Good morning, good morning. Good afternoon, good day, I guess. That's a good way to put it there. Boner FPV, very good way to put it. Robot Lady is here. Clown's here. A bunch of people. Okay, alright. I love my F-75s. They are tiny beasts. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Heads?
I got mine sitting here, just keeping me company. Just kind of hanging out. Just waiting to see how they did. Knowing the Liftoff micro drones team.
I don't have long. Get flying, bruh.
I'm doing it right now. Knowing the Liftoff micro drones team, though, even if it were bad, which I'm not saying it is, but even if it were bad, I'm sure that they would fix that toot sweet, because they are on top of their stuff over there. Alright, we're going to jump into the Sawdust map, too. The new map.
Oops, elbow cough, hydrate, takeout, look at elbow cough, wash hands, social dist.
There's
Looking
my son.
forward to seeing how it compares.
Got a little coffee at a can there. Ooh, a little bitter this morning.
Learning hydrate, look at elbow cough, elbow cough, wash hands,
Kian.
starstruck, kissing face, smiling face with hard eyes,
Settle down.
starstruck face, blowing a kiss, starstruck.
Settle down now, you're gonna get muted.
Squinting face with tongue, starstruck.
Clown's gonna do it to you.
Starstruck. Hi all. Face blowing a kiss, beaming face with smiling eyes, face
God.
with hard eyes, smirking face, money mouth face. Face with head bandage, face with medical mask, sleepy face, drooling
Jesus
face,
boy, knock it off.
nauseated face. Sleepy face, cold face, face with
God.
open mouth, loudly crying face,
He's
loudly
probably up there
crying
cracking
face,
up, too.
loudly crying face, slightly frowning face. It's done. When the wife's account gets muted.
Yeah, I know, right? My son gets my wife banned. My 5-year-old got my son's wife's account banned. Got my son's wife? My wife's? My son got my wife's? My 5-year-old son got my wife's account banned. Is that what I said the first time? I can't remember now. Alright, give me a minute here. I need to focus on what I'm doing. This feels pretty good, actually. I put 25,000 kV motors on it, so it's pretty close to the daily flyer, as far as it should be.
Well,
pretty
at
close.
least he didn't buy all the V-Bucks with her credit card.
Not yet. Don't
Cute
give him any
smiling
ideas.
face with
dude.
hard eyes.
Don't give him any ideas just yet, because he will. Eventually. He's only 5, so no V-Bucks yet, but they're in his future, I'm sure. It's unresistible. The current thing he's playing, he just broke this morning. It was mine at one point, but it was this. This is what my son was playing for video games. And there's Super Mario All-Stars in there.
The ducks in view there.
It's unfortunate. He dropped it this morning. Yesterday? No, he dropped it yesterday. In excitement. He beat a level by himself in Mario, and he was freaking out. So he, in excitement, jumped up and dropped it, and now it's broken. So I got to take it apart and figure out what's happened, or figure out what I need to replace. The ducks in view there, yes, technically they are in view on mine as well. I actually took screenshots of my DVR with two different cameras on, the Runcam Nano 3 and the Razor, the one that I run, the Pico, and I sent both of them to be forwarded to the developers about the ducks. But originally when I tried it, there was a whole lot of duct in view. And it looks like they may have taken it down some. It may actually still need to come in a little bit more. I don't know. I gotta go look. It also depends on your field of view you're running and the not the angle, just the field of view. I lowered my field of view, I believe, to make the ducks look a little better last time. But it's really not too bad. I get used to it pretty quick. It doesn't feel bad though. It feels pretty good. I mean, it has like the same little like quirks that I had noticed previously about the other whoops, where they just kind of, it's an overall thing. It's not like a Fractal 75 in particular thing, you know. But minus that, everything else about it feels pretty cool.
Looks great so far.
Feels nice. And it's missing that like pop, that snap that I can get with my normal whoop. And I told them I'll send them some DVR. I keep forgetting to mix it all together. I've recorded both segments. I just need to like actually sit down and do it. But I wanted to show them that, and then the forward flicking thing that I would normally do with my whoop. It drops super fast. It drops altitude really fast comparatively to IRL. So I wanted to show him that, because I was trying to explain it to him, and I just felt like I was doing a really, really bad job of explaining it, as I normally do. Yeah, it feels good though. It feels like my whoop feels pretty close. I mean, I feel like as close as you're gonna get it in a sim, unless they can figure out what that snap is that's missing. I don't know what it is, but I'll send them some footage of how I fly.
It's that digital air.
I just don't know.
Just not the same as real life.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's all those ones and zeros. Although in real life, are we cutting through real air, or is that ones and zeros too? I don't have a sound effect for that, but I wish I had like a spooky sound effect there. That'd be good. Oh. I just kind of wanted to sweep over the top of that, and I ate it.
That scene give me the inspiration to create the Boners Freestyle office.
Oh, really?
Is this the real life, or is this just fantasy?
That's a good question. Freddie Mercury, I'm not sure. I'm just caught in a landslide. Oh god. Oh god, dude, wall taps in this game are so good.
Hey guys, shooting in on lunch to see the killer hooping.
They're so
Hugging
good.
face money mouth 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 face partying face slightly frowning face cowboy hat face exploding head face with open mouth cowboy hat face exploding head exploding head exploding head exploding head exploding head.
Sounds like he's back. He's on his burner account. My son made a troll account.
I can't see that comment.
I couldn't either, yeah. I think it's because he was muted in the chat. He got my wife's account muted. Oh god. Yeah, there's still like a slight disconnect I have with the physics in this, but I still
5 takeout dog
so
takeout,
bad at
sad
trying to
butler,
pinpoint
face,
what it
anxious
is
face with
exactly
sweat,
that
angry face,
that I'm
crying
having
face,
trouble
skull, skull,
with,
smiling
but
face with horns, angry face with
boy.
horns, skull and crossbones, ant spouting whale, honeybee,
Kean.
ant spouting whale,
Are
honeybee,
you
lady
joking,
eagle, honeybee, leafy
Kean?
green, croissant, garlic, hot pepper,
Do I have to make
cucumber,
Robot
hot
Lady
pepper, ear of
ban
corn,
you
hot pepper,
too?
hot pepper, croissant, hot pepper, hot pepper, hot pepper, hot pepper.
Your
Kean's
mother's
defeated
gonna be
clown.
so upset.
Wow, exploding head.
She's gonna be so upset.
Curry rice dango fish cake with swirl salt cookie steaming
Oh
bowl
my
crab
God.
spaghetti. Compass desert island
Good
globe showing Europe Africa
Lord.
world map. Map of Japan desert luggage rocket 3 o'clock.
Oh my God, Kean.
Got to go but just remembered it's my set so I'll get that done. Spamming Mr. Smelly Pants. Oh poor robot lady.
Yeah, Robot
I
Lady's
don't
getting
feel
destroyed
locked in
right
this
now.
sim. Sparkler, 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 fireworks, fireworks.
Yeah, Drone On. I have
sparkler,
a similar
sparkler,
issue with it as
sparkler.
well.
Slight disconnect is a very polite way to say it really doesn't track LOL.
E-Dog, you are too abrasive to give feedback. Hang on a second. I need to get this under control because oh my God, this boy. I can't just make her not read an emoji. Is it really that difficult?
I feel like I'm casing a set point, if that makes sense.
Casing a set point, if that makes sense. It does. Hang on, I'm sorry.
Watching orange stuff squirm trying to fly this sim was super entertaining though.
Oh, that sounds like it would be entertaining to watch. Watching somebody that's like normally really comfortable struggle is always entertaining.
It's fun though.
I feel like that's why
it a
some people
lot.
come here to watch me try new sims, because they're like, I want to watch this. This guy's gonna mess up. This guy's gonna mess up. This is gonna be good. All right, now I have to wait. I just have to wait and see the next time my son decides to go ham and start spamming emojis in the chat again. Then we'll know if he if it's fixed or not. Hopefully it's fixed. We'll see.
The throttle response is very tight.
The throttle response is tight. That partially might be sort of my fault. I mentioned that at the beginning of this game when it dropped, that the throttle was a bit off, and then I compared it directly to like the throttle response of my Whoop. So yeah, if the throttle seems a little tight.
There is an update coming to TRYP soon, and there is a big patch for rates.
Could be my fault, sort of. Just a little. Not a lot. Maybe a lot. I don't know. I don't know how much. I'm just assuming.
Damn right it says howdy on my effing welcome mat.
Oh snap, Mr. Cruz. What's up, brother? And yes, it does. It does say howdy.
E-Doc loves TRYP.
There's an update coming to Trip soon, and there's a big patch for rates. Yeah, they need to tinker with the rates a little bit. It feels a little
black
squishy.
box logs with videos if
Or not squishy. It feels a little over tightened. I mean, it feels a little too snappy. Like my rates feel weird in that.
Yet.
They don't feel soft. Like my normal rates feel kind of soft.
Haha at MRE the ear destroying sim.
Oh yeah, that launch, the launch screen for Trip is insanely loud. My lord.
Beta flight rates were
It's like when you drop.
rates.
It's like when you launch. What is that? DCL? Is it DCL that had a really loud intro for forever? I don't know if they fixed it. They may not have.
You're killing bro hoop strong.
Will do, brother. You do the same. I already know who that is. That's Drone On. I know who that is. That's that catchphrase. I got it. Oh! Got stuck up on the ceiling. What do I keep... Oh, it's this little
That
hand
sim
card.
looks very nice.
Oh. Which sim? Trip? Or this one? I think this one looks nice too. I think this one feels a little closer to Whoop than Trip does to 5-inch for me, at least.
I agree.
I don't fly a whole lot of 5-inch,
yeah,
so
actual have half
I'm
of
just
the parabola
kind of
curve
comparing
backwards.
it to like 3 or 4
Pitch either way
5 inches
on the
that I've
stick went
flown.
the same way on the quad. Does it have an editor? I think Edoc's referring to trying to murder the wingsuit guys. The racetrack on this map that has the gate inside the revolving door is just cruel lol. Me RO Liftoff does look awesome.
There's a gate that's in here? Oh, that's tough. Oops. Oh, we could've just purged
you
that.
have to slow down too much. The lead dev has just returned from holiday and they're almost ready to push the update apparently. Yet and you have to sit and wait inside the door to get out again.
Are you
it's
the lead
hilarious.
dev, Clown? Why do you know so much? Why do you know so much about Trep? Are you involved?
Torture.
And you have to sit and wait inside the— oh my
I don't holiday.
god. That is hilarious though. That's really funny. To just watch all these people hauling ass through a race, just have to stop and sit in a door and wait.
Stalking their Discord.
Oh, that's great. Oh, you're stalking their Discord?
The questions, lol. Breaks the flow of the track so bad.
Yeah, it sounds like it would.
Can you create your own stuff in this sim?
Of course. Oh no, I'm sorry. Somebody did ask that and I didn't answer it. No, you can't. They don't have a track editor.
There with lift music.
I'm not sure if that's even a plan. I should ask that though, if that's a plan for the future. If they were ever gonna add that, or if it's on like the roadmap anywhere. All right, we need somewhere with like a nice trippy spinnable spot. Where's a good map with a trippy spin spot? The well, I guess this is pretty much, but I want a little more room to fart around. I guess the gymnasium maybe. I don't know. I want to fly the gym anyways.
Wow, it'd be cool to create some things.
It would be, yeah, it would be cool.
Trippies.
I mean, they had a track editor in Liftoff, right? In the full version of Liftoff, or the full size version of Liftoff, full size version. In like regular Liftoff, don't they have a
that balloon track
track
has some vertical stuff. IRC.
That balloon track. Oh yeah, the prom night one or homecoming one, whatever it is. I'll run over there next. I like that one too. It's like the variant of this one, the night variant. I also like that too, that they did variations of maps. The only one I don't like is Sealand. I don't like Sealand's night because of the wind, but I think they I see why they did it. Like, I get it. I'm sure some people would like it. It's not for me. It just makes me angry. It's like, I gotta deal with the real elements when I fly in real life, and that sucks enough flying Whoop.
They do have a track editor in Liftoff. There's a small learning curve to design.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure all these will have that. I think it's challenging enough to create a map in a game, like in a simulator. It's challenging enough to like do that, but then to have an editor that's like user friendly, that doesn't have a massive learning curve to try to use it, that's even harder.
Trippies
like
are amazing, bro.
That's a whole nother animal you got to try to tackle there.
Chill dog, chill look it.
Ah! Trippies are amazing. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Hydrate, stay
Oh
home.
no, it didn't work. It didn't work. He's back.
Stay home, hydrate.
Oh god, stay home, hydrate.
The 5 wash hands.
Stop, dude. Oh.
Chilukit learning hydrate.
Listen,
The 5 elbow cough. Chilukit learning.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If you think you're getting a juice today, you are sorely mistaken.
Sup heads.
Dan Farley, what's happening, man?
Much prefer unfriendly editors that the devs actually use than a dumbed down editor that's limited.
Yes, I agree. Yes, for sure. Yeah, I was gonna try to draw an example to video games, but I'll just leave it there. It makes sense what you said. It doesn't need more explaining.
I agree. Double plus if the map format is human readable and we can make our own editing tools.
Yes. That's another thing I gotta get. I think that's a me getting used to thing though. It's just how the sim feels like in the air, how things fly. Oh, one-handed. I need to get used to it is all. That, and I flew trip for about an hour this morning. I did all the achievements, or the missions, whatever they were. Those were pretty cool. That's kind of neat to have those in a sim. The physics feel okay. I think the rates, if anything, feel weird. Like the control doesn't feel, it feels like over, I think I mentioned it earlier in stream, but it just feels a little tight. But then flying that and then coming into this is a little bit of an adjustment. Oh god. I also think their yaw is funny in that game, in Trip. There's like something
pilot standing
weird
there,
about it.
can you do the Jesse Perkins challenge?
No, you can't.
Gravity felt really off
You
in
can't.
TRYP to me.
I asked about that. Not about that. I didn't ask about hitting the pilot, but I asked about if in the future if they could put him in the out in the middle of the map a little more, so I could try to do like really low trippy spins around him, because it's too hard to do it when they always have him next to something, which I get. They said they have him next to things because like they don't want him in the way, which is totally understandable. Like, why would you put the pilot in the middle of the room? As a pilot, why would you stand in the middle of the room? Well, as a Whoop pilot, for several reasons, you would stand in the middle of the room. But I understand why they did it. I was just asking for like a future map, if they could just move him out a little bit, so I can try to trippy spin him. He doesn't need to be solid. He just needs to, have collision. He just needs to be a little further away from everything, so I can try to trippy spin him. But yeah, they did say they plan on leaving him no collide, so you can't run into him. Which, whatever, that's fine, I get it. It's just another thing to run into on the map anyways, like, unwanted thing. So that's kind of one of the reasons why...
512 on yaw with no expo, is that weird or what? Pitch and roll mid 800.
That is pretty weird, actually. That's really low.
Can't you have that guy move in the main liftoff? It's your lowest point in main liftoff.
Can't you have that guy
heads,
move?
Just tuned in.
I don't know, actually.
Does your
That's a good
Fractal
question.
75 have the same components as the Mob Thick?
If anything, the motor's changed, but yes. And the motors will still be the same KV, it's just a different brand. I've been trying out different brands. Like right now I'm running the T-Motor 0802 25,000 KV. And I just took them off.
Good question.
This morning.
It's a shame I don't have
but I had
for my Fractal 75 hoop frame.
Actually, I got the T-Motors on there now.
United Kingdom in one
but I
piece.
had Aussie props on there. I had tri-blades, 40mm props on there. And I was trying those last night. Those are pretty fun. They're the only reason I like the way Aussies fly. I just hate the way they crash or come off. Like trying to pry one off, I can't do it without breaking a part of it or bending a prop or something. They're just not very durable for me. The gem fans are insanely durable. I've crashed the hell out of those things. But the T-Motors, I'm doing a little, it'll be a brief little video on them.
They just too expensive.
Because I forgot to do it before when I tried the 0803s. I forgot to get the others. Of Aussies, they're just too expensive. Yeah, they are a little pricey too. I feel like most things from over that way is a little pricey though.
That makes a good hoop prop hub.
I agree.
Same.
Yeah, I agree.
Would love to run Aces, but price and flimsy.
Yeah. Yeah, for freestyle, they'd be great. They're nice and responsive. They got a nice snap to them, you know.
A quick blade Aces.
But
that's so smooth.
It just yeah, and it flies great. It flies great on 75 too. It flew really smooth. Really quiet. Like compared to the biblades I had on there, it's extremely quiet, but really quiet for tri-blades. They're nice. It's just they're very flimsy. Like Edoc mentioned, the hub on them is very small and squishy, which I noticed last night. It's a little folds in on itself a little easy.
Can't remove them. They bend off bad.
Yes. Yeah. If once you put them on there, they're on there until you need to replace them. And that's the problem for me, especially, is that I change motors a ton. I'm always changing motors. Like I don't know the last time I had a set of motors on for like a full month without trying different ones or changing them and putting different ones on. Usually the same-ish KV or close, like 22,000 to 25,000. but just to try out different things. And I can't be taking those Aussie props off every time because I'll destroy so many, and they're just too expensive to be doing that. Breaking them every time I want to try a new set of motors out. Oh.
Can't wait for the Resin Power 0802s, they look so good.
We'll see. We'll see about this. I haven't had a chance to really...
Soon I will create an fantasy hoop scene in Poly World.
Ooh. See, the only reason Whoop, Freestyle, and Velocidrone is so bad. It's so bad. I wish I liked it more because I would fly it a lot because I love the 5-inch Freestyle in it, but my god. The Whoop Freestyle is so off. I don't know what it is, but holy buns, is it bad. I know the racing's really good.
I totally agree.
I've heard that. I've heard the racing is amazing. But holy smokes, is the Freestyle terrible. I've tried to give it so many chances too. Like being mainly in Whoop Freestyle, like in real life, I want that to work so bad. Any Whoop Freestyle simulator I want to work badly. That's why I'm in this one trying this. Like I want this to work, you know?
Underpowered.
I want any of them to work. I don't care. I'm not biased about who does it first or who does it best. I don't just make them good. That's fine. Give us something that's good. Which I think this one is definitely a massive contender for a standalone Whoop sim. I think Micro Drones is definitely up there. I know there's other ones out there, but I think this one's definitely been the one that I've come back to the most for freestyle, especially. That and they listen. They're listening. They're developing. They're changing things. They're doing big changes. They're just they're doing it kind of like on a experimental branch. So you know we don't have to deal with all the. We don't have to be the experimental branch, I guess. We'll get the final polished product. But they're doing it right. I like what they're doing so far over there.
It's so hard to fly the house in Veloci, I can barely do it. Then in real life I fly all over my house. Stay home elbow bump chillodog chillook at elbow bump chillook at the 5 chillodog. Elbow cough shelterin. Good vibes shelterin. Can you ask them for actual rates please? Shelterin.
I can. I can, yeah.
Is it possible the dive that
I'm almost positive.
Ring?
Yes, it is possible to dive the basketball hoop. The net is a little stiff, so you gotta really hit the dead center, but yeah, you can do it. It's hard to fly the House of Velocidrone. Yes. It is very hard to fly the House of Velocidrone. It takes me forever to get, like, kind of acclimated, you know, to where I feel comfortable flying in it. And even still, I always feel, to go to what E-Doc just said, it always feels underpowered. Always. There's no like situation where I'm like, that's pretty close. Like even at a hover, it feels underpowered. So yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all. I will ask them about actual rates. I didn't even realize they weren't in this because I just run.
I gotta get back to this crap
normal.
called work. I wanna fly now. The scale
appreciate
of
it,
the house
Drone On.
in
Take it
VD
easy, brother.
also
Have a good day at work.
Feels really small.
Thank you for stopping by, man. The scale of the house in VD is also off. Yes, yeah, I agree. It does feel like a very, very, very small home, like a dollhouse almost. What was the other thing? That was it. Okay. Woo. That's the other thing I like about this is that they have God modes where you can just kind of like hit the ground and roll over and just keep flying. Because a lot of times in a Whoop, you can just hit the ground and just keep on trucking, and it's fine. You know, no harm, no foul. But other sims, you just bump into something, and that Whoop is done for. I'm just now noticing that little flick backwards is feels a little off too. I'm trying to find the best way to pinpoint the physics issue that I think is in
Velocidrone has that in
the game to
manual
explain
mode
it,
P.
but I can't. Like I can't find like these backwards flicks kind of feel like it a little bit. Like it might demonstrate.
Which is the best micro simulator?
I gotta compare it to real life.
Veloci or Liftoff?
That's Liftoff hands down for micro simulator. Liftoff for sure. Velocidrone's Whoops are not only do you just feel bad, but like I just the content that's there, it's just not that exciting. Liftoff has been really really quick with their updates so far. As far as like, you know, flight simulators go, they've been really quick with their updates. They've listened to tons of feedback from a lot of different avenues of the micro community, and they're taking it seriously and
that answer depends
trying to make
on
it,
racing or freestyle.
trying to make it work.
Velocidrone's hoop racing is so far ahead of Liftoff's.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. If you're asking me, I would say Liftoff micro drones. But if you're asking EDoc, he would tell you Velocidrone. Right? Yeah. No, it's definitely.
I have a 75 millimeters, and sometimes I full is under power. But sure, if just me sucking at FPV elbow cough.
It's definitely. It's definitely a preferred on which you like doing. If you like freestyle flying, I feel like you probably like Liftoff micro drones way more than Velocidrone. Like I feel like that's not even close. I know some people said that they didn't mind the racing in this, but there have been a fair amount of people that have also said that it needs some work and that they couldn't lock in and just couldn't get comfortable with it. But they don't have that problem on Velocidrone, so it's an acquired taste, you know what I mean? But as far as, like I said, if you're asking me, I only freestyle, that's it, no racing at all, so it's an easy choice for me for micro drones, for sure. Especially now that they have my daily flyer in there. They got the Fractal 60 or 75, 65, and they have the ductless versions, the lights.
I'm gonna try this out.
That's sick, man.
Lunch was funner with you in the background. I'm gonna use holy buns. Have a great day.
All right, brother. Take it easy, man. Thanks for stopping by, dude. I have a 75 millimeter, and sometimes I full. Wait, I full is under power? Full's under power, but sure. It's just me sucking at FPV. The F75, or wait, you said you have a 75. Is it, if it's a 1S75, really the biggest thing is the weight with 75 millimeter whoops. You really want a lightweight whoop. If it's too heavy, it's not going to be fun. It's just going to be clunky. And you're going to get poor flight time. You'll get poor, as far as acro, you'll get just poor like characteristics of acro, as far as like how it flies and handles the air. Even for tuning, I mean, if there's only so much tuning you can do for a really heavy 75 millimeter whoop, where it just doesn't handle the weight well in the air. I think that little tick on the wall, I might have to go back and check, but I think that little tick on the wall was like right at the beat drop in the song. It sounded like it lined up perfect, just like a little, right when the song stopped. Ooh.
Thank you so much for the answer. I really like freestyle as well as racing, so I use Veloci all the way for free and racing, since I feel that changing one style helped the other.
Yeah.
I will try micro lift.
Yeah, I think anybody that's into whoop freestyle should definitely try this one. Not only, I mean, not just to try it as in its current state, but to keep an eye on it for the future. Pick it up now, you know, and then you have it and you can watch the updates as they come in and try them. But it's fun now. I think it's good now. I think there's always room for improvement on any of these simulators, but I'm sure EDoc has things about Velocidrone whoops that he would like fixed or changed. He's probably yelling at his monitor about them right now as I brought it up. And I know there's stuff OG complains about all the time that he didn't like about it.
Definitely would say that doing IGOW did make me a faster racer too, but I think that was more the forced stick time than anything.
Okay. All right. My B. Definitely would say that doing IGAO did make me a faster racer too, but I think that was more the forced stick time than anything. Yes, yeah. IGAO made me cleaner in a lot of aspects of my freestyle. It made me think about things that I never used to think about, and that's just Dan rubbing off on every contestant, his ridiculous rules. Rubbing off on everybody, making everybody's flight style change and become way more clean and precise, and it looked like it has more intent to it, you know, like it's not accidental things.
IGAO forced me to do tricks in ways I wouldn't normally do, so I picked up a bunch of muscle memory for stuff I normally didn't do.
That's another thing, yeah, it forces you. One thing OG and I always used to talk about, we were grateful about IGAO for, was it teaches you to do things both directions too. Like, most weeks, you're not just doing a trick one way, you know what I mean? Like, if he has you doing orbits to the left, you're definitely going to be doing them to the right as well. If he has you do a split S to the left, he's definitely going to have you do one to the right. He's definitely going to have you do Immelmans both directions. You know, like he always has you do them both ways, which I think is challenging, but it's also something that more people should practice. Me as well. It's something I was
I didn't know
guilty
I
of a
couldn't
lot.
trippy spin in one direction until IGAO.
I didn't know I couldn't trippy spin in one direction until IGAO. Yeah, doing both directions in a trippy spin is hard. Getting both of them locked in, that is difficult. But once you do them every day for 2 or 3 years, it gets easier. But yeah, IGAO definitely helps with all that stuff, man. IGAO was a game changer for a lot of people. Tons of people I've seen go into IGAO and come out just
We'll have to
way
see
better
if
pilots.
he makes us reverse knife edge both directions the next IGAO.
Ooh. I still think he should do the rewind thing. I won't be able to find a good spot in here to show you.
BTW, some questions. Does crash_recovery help anything?
I think that'd probably be more a racing thing than anything, if it helped anything. And I don't. Edoc would be the man to ask about that, because he takes racing real seriously, and I am so novice with racing. I know like the bare minimum, just because it's not my scene. But as far as for my scene for freestyle, no, there's no use for me at least. I have no use for it. I mean, if you're crashing in your freestyle line, then the line's dead, you know.
Do you fly anything besides whoops regularly?
Yeah.
Sayati uses crash_recovery while freestyling, but it's a personal preference thing.
Yeah, I just think when I'm freestyling, I'm usually freestyling to record it for a video. Like, I go out to freestyle for fun every freaking day, but when I'm, like, worried about crashing and stuff like that, like, if I crash, then the line's over. If I hit something, the line's over. If it's like IGAO, it's IGAO rules for me. It's burned in my brain now. So if I bump something in a freestyle line, there's a 99% chance
it really doing tricks per SE.
It ain't gonna make it in the video. You know, like there's a big chance that if there was a mess up in the line somewhere, well then the line's going in the trash. Like there's plenty of lines, freestyle lines that I throw out. On videos just because there's a little bump in it, there's a little mistake in it. Sometimes there's hesitations, like we're all like we're all kind of like forget what I'm doing for a second. I'm like, no, it looked bad. It didn't look good, so I take it out. I'm really picky though, so there is that as well. It's definitely a personal preference on both fronts. Using crash recovery for freestyle and being that picky about your freestyle lines. Ciati isn't really doing tricks per se. I'm not sure. I can't speak to that. I'm not sure. As far as to answer your question, beat my saber. Yeah, I fly everything micro, toothpicks, anything else, Cinewhoops. I have a few 5-inch quads. Just flew my 5-inch the other night actually, while people were over for 4th of July, and
he has a different style that probably works well with crash recovery.
Cinewhoop I use often. I use that more for making cinematic videos, obviously. I don't just go out and fly that for fun. But yeah, I like to fly everything. All size drones I like to fly. Or quadcopters.
How much crash does it take to bend a 1mm motor shaft?
So much. For me, infinity. I have yet to break a motor shaft from a crash. I've only ever bent a motor shaft on a 1mm from trying to pry a prop off, and I did it the wrong way, and I bent it. I think he just fell up the steps. Not gonna call him out on it.
Depends on the weight of your craft at John Dexter Santos.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure, I know people can do it because I've seen people do it and seen people post about doing it. So I know it's possible. I've never been able to do it myself. I don't know why. I don't know why I've never been able to do it myself, but I've never been able to bend one in a crash. Just me personally. I'm sure it's not impossible. But I usually do it from being stupid and trying to pry a prop off.
Press your props down after crashing. If they slide up, they lever on the shaft. I'm convinced that's why people break them, because I have no issues.
That's a good point. I do have, every now and then I'll notice my props are up a little bit. But I always check, because I'm not used to brushed, but because I started off flying brushed, I used to check after every time I crashed for hair. Because I have a dog and a wife. So there was always hair in my motors. So now it's like a force of habit. Even when I pick up my brushless quad, even if it has hair in it, you know, I'm sure if there's enough hair in it, it'll cause an issue. But usually it doesn't matter that much. But I still just force a habit. I'll look. And yeah, you're right. I do push the props down every now and then. I do notice they've knocked themselves up a little bit. That's another thing. I don't know if that's something I'm doing, but my angle resets every time I change maps. I don't know if that's something that I can set somewhere where it doesn't change. I'll have to ask. Or they might be aware of it and just haven't figured it out yet or put the patch through yet. I will ask. I'm also going to ask about actual rates. I'm not going to forget about that. Huh. Yeah, this 75 feels pretty damn close to mine. Now I'm getting a little more into the proximity, flippy, snappy stuff that I usually do. This feels really, really close to the F75 I'm used to. Again, mine is like
only
the little
B-brain saves camera
little
angle
quirks.
change in Liftoff micros, and only in the white values. Really annoying while racing because it means the first heat of every race is a camera adjusting one.
Only the B-brain saves camera angle change in Liftoff microdrones. Okay, so it's got to be something they know about already then. Okay. See, these are small things. Those are like little things that I'm sure they'll be able to fix. It's the big core things that I worry about, and it's not big core things with this. There are no big core things really outside of the physics. Okay, yeah. Anywho, good to know about the B-brain. Ooh. Oh, there I am.
I lift off micros after watching you a week or two ago. The physics could still use some work.
Yeah.
You were making it look better than it is.
They have a
tried asterisk.
They have a physics update they're working on, from what they've told me. It's like getting ready to, I think they said it's getting ready to go into experimental, like they're getting ready to start testing it. But they're working on trying to figure out exactly what that is with the physics that's weird. They're trying to pinpoint exactly what it is about it. There's a lot that goes into this, and I didn't realize it myself until I started talking to them a little bit. But there's so many little elements that go into the physics of one of these flight sims. You know, the weight of the quad, the forward force or incoming force, I guess you would say, on the quad. Everything, the drag, the throttle, all that stuff. It's like it's a very fine balance, I'm sure. Something for people way smarter than I to figure out.
Regular Liftoff has pretty good physics.
It does.
I feel like they'll get it.
That's exactly, and that's why I have that, and I just have a lot of faith in these guys because they've been on top of all the updates so far. Obviously, the physics one is a big one, but I feel like that's one they're going to need some time on. And I haven't complained about that at all, about it taking too long. I said that, I think, when the game came out. I believe it's technically early access, and they've been really good about listening to feedback and communicating. So I don't have any gripes about it so far. As far as, like, you know, it's expected. It's expected to have some hiccups and some bumps
#heads.
that they need to figure out.
Do you use the carbon plate on your Fractal 75 build?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, man. I got it right here, actually. You want to see it? I got my not new battery. These are my old batteries. Well, old new. They've been in storage, so they're like basically new, but they're Tattoo 500 milliamp packs, because all my Kratos packs, my HCLRCs are dead.
So it's hard to complain when we know they're still working on it.
Sure, right.
How would it stay together without the carbon plate?
Although it's not
I
a
feel
complaint.
some delay playing Liftoff micro drones.
Really, it's just input. It's just feedback, which they need. Whether it's good feedback or bad feedback, feedback is feedback, and they need all of it. They just need constructive feedback. People that are sending them messages like, hey, your sim sucks, that's not good feedback. You know what I mean? But if they're like, hey, this feels off, and it feels like it might be this, or maybe you could add this to the future update, or maybe this map could use this, or whatever. Like, that's all good stuff. They love stuff like that. They're all about that, or they want more of that over there. They want more, you know, input from the community. They want to know what everybody wants. They want to know what makes it better. Which is great. That's how you get a good sim. Oh god.
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask. How do you keep your battery from slipping on your Fractal 75? My battery overpowers the rectangle TP really easy. What got to me was they had so much experience to draw on with years of Liftoff prior to it exploding head.
I'm not sure how that works. Does I don't know how much of the full version of Liftoff transferred over to this, as far as like the physics and all, because you know, a whoop and a 5-inch. I don't know. That'd be a good question for him though. As far as the battery slipping, so I don't use anything. I just use the TPU. I guess I'm just not a savage like you and have it rip out. I did 3D print my own 450 holder for the front.
The physics in regular Liftoff don't work on
I shrunk it a little bit.
That's why they made the micros version
in the printer,
so they could get one physics model for everything. They rebuilt the engine completely for micros.
That makes sense. Yeah, that would make perfect sense. And that makes sense of why he's talking about they're going to be rolling out an experimental version of different, or not different, but you know, whatever, modified physics of what they have now. Which I'm excited for. I'm excited to try. I hope they have figured something out with it. Honestly, they can't really go. They can't make it any worse. I feel like it's really, really close to being perfect. Where like if
you have a custom rectangle part.
If you change any of it.
3D printer got a lineup of prints I need to try out that I can't because of my printer ghosts. But it's still Unity based.
If you change any of it and it's bad, they'll notice it immediately. You know, like you're so close to having it perfect, At this point, if you do change something and it screws it up, you'll be able to tell instantly that it's not right. So I feel like if they make a change, they'll be able to tell, like, oh, this feels way better, or oh, that's way worse. They're at that point where it's like such a good, it's at such a close spot. It feels, it's like the other one I was talking about this morning, the other new sim. I already forgot the stupid spelt name, but that one, it's like so close. They're so close. It's not bad at all. You have a custom rectangle part? No, it's not custom. I mean, besides the fact that I shrunk it a little bit in my 3D printer, but
physics aren't really good for much outside of
these are just on the website. You should be able to get these files on the website, unless. Do you have a 3D printer? If you don't have a 3D printer, hit me up. I'll send them to you. Not a 3D printer, but I'll print them and send them to you. But yeah, he has them on the website, and they print. It's sick the way they print. It prints everything all together on one strip. So it's like the battery holster, the camera holder, all that. Like this is the camera part. Little camera mankini that you put your lens through there. But it's all attached when you print it. It's all like one long piece, and then you just cut it where you need it. And yeah, it's pretty nice, pretty nifty. But if you need them, I got you. Just let me know. Oh, okay, a trip. You got it. There you go. Unity's built-in physics aren't really good for much outside of collision detection. Almost every good game made in Unity overrides the built-in physics.
My printer has ghosts or something. First layer's only life half adhere, so it makes lots of spaghetti.
Oh, boo hiss. Well, I can print them for you if you want. I'll send them to you. Where do you live? Leafland? It'll probably cost like $1 to send it to you. It's really no problem, my friend. But it's up to you. You let me know. I'm down. Ooh.
Probably not worth the postage, haha.
What are you talking about? To have your battery not be slipping all out all over the place? Totally worth the postage. That, and I'll send you a sticker. I'll send you some feet pics. I can send you whatever, dude. Whatever else you want. Do you want like some American cheese? I'll send you some American cheese. Pretty sure you can just send that in the mail. Doesn't need to be refrigerated or anything. It's not real.
I got stickers at Hooktopia.
It's already flat. Did you get the new stickers though?
Oh, sign me up.
Sign me up. You want some of that American cheese? I got you. We got plenty of that over here. Plenty of cheese. Well, imitation cheese. I believe they call it. What do they call it? Something. It's called a something product, but it's not called like a milk product. It's called like a something weird. I forgot what they call it. It sounds super sus though. The way that they named it sounds very sus.
I put a small layer of E6000 on loose battery trays. It works-ish.
Oh,
might be
that's not a
worth
bad
trying.
idea. Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all.
Save the cheese, though. I'm in for feet pics.
Oh, save the cheese. You're in for feet pics. Well, hey, listen. If you're just looking for feet pics, you just head on over to the OnlyFans, and you're just a click away at that point. So, no sweat there. I don't need to mail you anything.
Pros.
I have a feeling that mailed cheese would get seized at the border. American cheese, yeah. They don't want you guys to have that over there.
Liftoff micro drones at its core uses the same simulation system. However, at different scales, other aspects become more important and noticeable. That's why it's a dedicated standalone project.
Thank you. Somebody who knows what they're talking about. The people who make it.
Processed cheese products.
Thank you for explaining that.
LOL. I need the prints though. Tongue sticking out.
Well, I got you on the prints, man. Just hit me up.
Lucas
I'll print them
in
for
the
you.
house.
No problem.
Boom. Thanks, Lucas. At heads, one more question. Camera mount for the Fractal 75? In putting the parts list together for my build.
The camera mount it comes with the frame. If you got the frame already, or when you get the frame, you'll get, it's a little bikini looking piece like this. It has a little knob on the end there. But that holds your camera kind of like a little, mine's purple, but it holds it in these...
What transmitter do you use for sim?
These little notches in the bottom of the frame. Super simple though, and it looks like you're gonna get jello. I've never had it. I've even asked the dude who made the frame how that's possible, and he's like, I don't know. He's like, I made it, and I thought the same thing. I was like, this will probably get jello, but let's try it. And the camera doesn't move. It doesn't like get knocked around. I don't know. It's magic, but it works well. So that's what I use for the camera mount. Transmitter do I use for the sim? I use a T-Light. Same thing I use for normal flying. I just keep everything consistent. So, makes life easier. All right. So far, this Fractal 75 feels really, really nice, though. I like it. Feels a lot like the daily flyer, especially with the 25,000 kVs on it and the 450. And still, the best wall taps in the game. The best wall taps ever. Every sim that is ever made in the future needs to take note.
Can you use the Fractal 75 without the ducks?
Yes.
That would be interesting.
Yes, you can. I believe actually... I don't know yet, actually. I can't confirm that.
I got the bone drone. I'll look at it today.
But yes, you can. You can run it without the ducks. You can run it with the ducks cut in half, which some people do. Some people shave like the inside part of the ducts where it's not going to hit anybody, obviously. So they'll take that part of the duct out and leave the outside portions of it. There's a bunch of different stuff you can do with it. Because the motor actually mounts to carbon, you can kind of manipulate the ducts a little bit, and it doesn't
reset in the next session.
Doesn't mess anything up too bad.
Should we change that?
About camera angle issue, the camera angle should save if you change it in the workbench. That's what I was wondering. Okay, I was wondering if you change it somewhere else, it will stay. If you change it in-game, it will reset in the next session by design. Should we change that?
Oh wow, that looks awesome.
I feel like likely, yes. Probably, yeah, you should change that. I feel like once most people set their camera angle, that's probably where they're going to want it. Either that or make it very obvious. Make it very obvious that your camera angle is going to reset unless you set it in the workbench. You know, like put a message somewhere, maybe. Something like that. Like have it pop up when you change your angle and then go away. Something like that. Like angle will reset on map change unless saved in workbench, or some other better way to put it. Or just make it stay permanently. I don't know that people would complain that much. I feel like that's pretty normal to have that. I could be wrong. Chad, if I am, please chime in. Oh man, this F-75 feels really good. I really, really like it. This is definitely my favorite whoop in this game now. Woo. Changes in map should stay, you think? Okay, so yeah, so if you change it in map.
We imagine people want to keep their default setting, since changing it for one level does not mean it's a good new default for the next one.
Right.
Again, this is easy to change in an update.
I can see that.
He's wrong. Changes should stay per frame. Any change perpetually stay until changed otherwise. Yeah, definitely change it at Lucas Studios.
Okay.
Winky face.
Fair enough. Get up there.
Good to know. Thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you. Ooh, God, I love this thing, dude. It feels so close. Ah, it's so close. It's clean though. I mean, this is definitely the best Whoop freestyle
For
experience
sure.
you're gonna get.
Then you.
IMO. You're not gonna get a better one on the computer right now. If you're looking for a Whoop freestyle, that is, it's just not gonna happen. Especially now that they, oh god, now that they got 75s, dude. Freestyling 75s is where it's at, anyways. If you're gonna freestyle a Whoop and you're freestyling 65s, you're missing out. You still got the training wheels on. Take those bad boys off. Put on those
Setting
40
camera
millimeter
angle
props.
on the workbench is really awkward. Need to see the camera angle to get it right. Added it to our total list for a future update. Smiley face.
That's actually an interesting point too, eDoc. I didn't even think about. Yeah, setting it in game, you get like you actually can like see, you know, where you're going to be at. That's true. So you would have to like, if you wanted to set it permanently on the workbench, you would jump into game,
Awesome.
see where you like it, jump back into workbench, set it permanently. I see what you mean. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Could you please add actual rates, Lucas?
Oh yes, I said I wouldn't forget, and then I forgot. Yeah, our actual rates in the future at any point, are those on the roadmap at any point in time? Oh god.
Oh yes, I'm on actual rates also.
There's still this lonely fellow over here.
Hi all. What is this simulator?
This guy right here?
Hello, Sai.
Just over here.
I don't even remember my old BF
No
rates
friends.
anymore.
He's got no friends. He's got nobody to talk to. He's in timeout. Ah! Nomad, this is called Liftoff Micro Drones. It's available on Steam. And yeah, it's early access. And it's
Liftoff
very,
Micros.
very fun.
Are some of the proceeds of this map going to IKEA? Winky face.
Not this map. Did you see
They are in
the
classic
other
Liftoff,
map they just let
so
out?
should be
Sawdust.
possible for micro drones too.
It's like, it looks like it's in an actual furniture store. It kind of looks like a mini IKEA almost. It's a cool map though. It's one of their new ones. Oh gosh. They're in classic liftoff, so should be possible for micro drones too. Okay, cool. Well, if it's one of those things, if it wasn't on the list. I know there's a lot of people switching over to actual rates now. More and more. I'm still holding out. I'm on Betaflight defaults until I die. I'm not changing. Happy Model shipped me a Mobula 7 1S
Even
ELRS.
Betaflight is actual rates by default now.
I know, dude. It's so sad. Happy Model sent me a Mobula 7 ELRS
Yeah.
1S, and it had
It's
actual
now the
rates by
default
default.
system in BF.
I complained about it. I was like, don't send these to me with actual rates on it. Are you nuts? That trash out of my house. Ugh.
All my colleagues from Whoop Telegram chat speak very negatively about Liftoff microdronies.
Really?
They say that physics is completely untrue.
Well,
Just make the switch already.
saying they're completely untrue is not accurate, in my opinion. Saying that they're off is accurate. To say that they need improvement is accurate. But yeah, to say that they're completely off, no, I don't think so. It doesn't handle like it's completely off. I've flown some Whoop sims where the physics are completely off. Not mentioning any names, but I don't think this one's that bad. I don't have a hard time with it at least, but it does take a minute to get used to. There's something squishy in the, I think it's the forward. I don't know. It's so hard for me to explain it. I've tried a million times. It'll be easier just for me to show them, but that this forward momentum, there's something there that feels off, but the rest of it feels pretty good to me. But that's just me.
Maybe should I convert my MoBeetle 6 to Fractal 75? I broke the motors and I don't know what to do with it.
You
Actual
can.
rates are the way heads.
You can, for sure.
What the heck, man? Actual rates put the elbow of the expo in the right place for my fingers and sticks. Yet it's so hard to explain why the physics are off. Wonder if there's a way to
Mr.
replay
Beans,
stick
first off,
from a black box
I completely
lock in a
forgot
sim
to
so we
address
can
the
see
fact
where
that you
they're
came
off.
in earlier and said hello.
Beta
And
flight
that you
rates
got
should be depreciated.
the bone drone.
The Whoop
Excellent.
Telegram
Thank
peeps
you.
are more than welcome to share feedback. Team at lugus-studios.be.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Write it down. Jot it down. Should you convert your MoBeetle? You can. If you broke the motors, you're going to need to replace them anyways. Get yourself some like 22,000 to 25,000 kV 0802s. Get yourself some GemFan bi-blades. Yeah, and just dump it all into a Fractal 75. Everything else fits. The board will fit. The tune might be a little funky. I'm not sure. The board will have to be flipped. The diamond, you do have to mount it upside down in the Fractal though. So you will have to do a little bit.
Hello,
I think you can get the CLI dump from Fractal's website to flip the board, but if not, it's really easy to flip the board and remap your motors. It just takes a minute. But it's not difficult or anything. It's pretty easy to do in beta flight. Ah! Oh my goodness. Yes, it is. It's very hard to explain.
I want to change
the physics
my
thing.
Fractal 75. The VTX quality difference from the old
actual
diamond
rates are not the way.
new ones
How dare you,
insane.
Brandon? Get out.
Creator challenge. Heads to actual with Og throwing a flag every fail. Beans.
That is one thing I want to change of my Fractal. The VTX quality difference from the old diamond boards to the new ones is insane. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's true. I just I hate the built-in Express LRS thing. Is that that's fixed now, right? Is that fixed now with Betaflight or no? Is the new version of Betaflight, can you update your Express LRS or no on SPI? Or are those still just locked? Because if those are still just locked, I'm just sticking to EP2s.
Yes.
Well, that's buns. That is absolute buns. Creator challenge. Heads to actual with OG
Thanks.
throwing a flag every fail?
I didn't realize you mounted the FC inverted.
Ooh. That could be interesting, although I don't want to switch to actual rates. I'll do a video where I try to fly actual rates, but I can tell immediately when I have actual rates on.
But SPI no longer supported as of ELRS 3.0. SPI is forever locked to beta flight, have to be like the Gemca board with internal serial for it to be separated.
Ew. Man, it's so annoying. Ugh. So wait a second. So if I get a board that has Express LRS 1.0 on it, and then I have updated my transmitter module to 2.0, they don't talk to each other anymore then, right? Like once you go past a version, that's it. So that SPI board is just stuck at one
cool idea,
on version 1, I mean?
Neither real life nor Liftoff are deterministic. Winky face.
In theory, that's a really cool idea, but neither real life nor Liftoff are deterministic. Ooh.
I wanted to like SPI Alvars, but it was a bad idea.
Yeah, it was.
The Gemca is the only hoop board that is the good design now for future proofing.
Is it?
Right.
How much does that one weigh?
Stuck at 2.xx.
And second question,
ELRS has access to VTX.
does it have everything built
Boards
into
are
it?
Coming very soon with ELRS and VTX on single UART. BF 4.3 is ELRS
Really?
2.0 only when you're not running nightlies.
Is ELRS 2.0? Okay. That's still so annoying though, because if I so am I just gonna have to get a whole bunch of transmitter modules to run different versions of Express LRS if I want to try older SPI stuff?
At Lucas Studios it won't be exact, but it can show when things are really far off.
You know?
ELRS 3.x is now getting close.
Yeah, I saw that just came out. They just let the release candidate build out, right?
Yes. I already keep 2 versions of TX modules.
Well, so do I, and I guess I need to get a third if they're going to be letting 3.0 out soon, because some of these boards, these SPI boards, are going to be stuck on version 2, right?
Ken at Lucas Studios.
Older ones will be stuck on version 1.
So I don't have a heart attack.
Newer versions will be stuck on
days.
2, and then they're going to be making them on 3. They're all just locked, though. That's going to be such garbage. Just give me an option then to put my own transit or my own RX on it. Let me just use an EP2 so I don't have to deal with that. Just make my life way easier, please.
Yes, you have some stuck on 1. Ouch. What bitrate do y'all export 1080p FPV vids at?
50 million. You don't like the horn?
The ones for whoops though.
I don't know.
Does it really matter?
I think it's pretty good. You think it's too loud?
Oh.
I would actually prefer it if I could perch on the horn and just have it lay on it. Just that'd be good. I wish I could do that. That'd
It is
nice.
kinda loud. LOL.
It is a bit of
LOL 3 version of Elvis. Yeah, it sucks. The SPI RX code in beta flight, that's whose fault it is.
Yeah.
I wish there was a light FC with motor plugs and a decent VTX. I would use it all the time. With
did anybody
on,
say
scares the shit out of me. 50 million? Why is my max on FCPX compressor 30k?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't even know what error that is. Did anybody answer my question about the JHEMCU board? Did I say that right? Did I get it first try? JHEMCU? If I say it fast enough, you can't tell if I messed it up or not.
I have a feeling that despite it not being supported in Elvis, someone may make a branch of beta flight with 3.0 SPI code. LOL, I thought there was a car beeping outside thanks to your stream. Yep, Gemku. The Gemku board is chunky and doesn't have VTX built in. Hey, sup, man.
Come on, man. I can't have that. So I just gotta what? Keep buying diamond F4s and just keep soldering EP2s on them so that I can keep up to date with my Express LRS? Give me a break, Happy Model. Come on.
LOL at eDoc. You mean like Phobos?
And I was just looking on.
Regarding the SPI vs ELRS.
I was just looking on Bardwell's stream the other day.
0 into BF2. Don't worry.
And he said,
thumbs up,
that beta FPVs got boards. Their 1S boards are bricking the second you plug them in.
Phobos is exactly
Some
who
of
I
them.
was thinking of. Why do you need to keep updating Elvis if it works though?
I don't know, just to get to the newer stuff. Like I updated from version 1 to 2. Because I forgot what bug they fixed that. I forgot what it was. Was it a packet rate thing, maybe? I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something that was worth the update.
That Clown FPV has a strong point.
So I did the
Could
update.
keep an extra module with 2.x on
And
it.
that's what I'm going to end up having to do. I'm just going to have to order more modules.
Happy Model
Just
is
keep them on it.
coming out with a new UART board for ELRS 3 release. If you don't need the new features, just fly it.
Well, yeah, if I don't need the new features, I'll leave it, of course. Like, I have ones that are still on the older version that fly fine. I don't remember exactly what it was that I
agreed
updated.
about Happy Model.
But
We
yeah, I
only
might
just paid the X12 and Diamond fees. Beta FPV and HUM both shipped AIOs with a 4.3 release candidate that bricks gyros when powered on. I have been sick of whoops for a long time, and I want to say thank you for your work and promotion of the hoop movement. Greetings from Belarus and good luck.
You're
in
very
your
welcome.
favorite pastime.
Whoops should definitely not be slept on anymore. They are way too good.
Range and Elvis 2 works.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, I won't update it to 3.0 if there's no need to. I'm not one of those types. I hate updating things if I don't need it. All of my whoops run beta flight 3.5.7. Okay? Because I don't need anything from anything else. All the other stuff is unnecessary for
Yay
me.
heads.
I've
You
never
rule.
needed it. So
I own a Betaf
I don't
FC
run any
that
of it.
apparently
All my
has that
bigger quads
problem.
have newer versions of beta
Luckily,
flight
I
on it.
haven't plugged
None
it
of my
in
whoops
yet.
do. Just not necessary
but I fly
for me.
more than IOs.
If you're doing freestyle, at least there's no need for all that on a whoop. All that new stuff, new features just complicate things. Flies just fine on all the way back on 357.
I tried 4.3 on a 75mm hoop and the default tune was
That
surprisingly
apparently
good.
has that problem. Luckily, I haven't plugged it in yet. You're lucky. I plugged mine in. I showed this on stream. Do you guys want to see it? It's a never before seen and never will be seen. I couldn't even do the review on it. I'll give you guys the lowdown. You'll be the only people to ever see this review. It's the shortest review I've ever done. Some people may have already seen this. It was for the Meteor
That's
75
why I like Quicksilver because I slap it on and it
ELRS
flies
1S.
great. 3.5.7 works fine. It at least has feed forward, right heads? Do I need another module?
Yes, it does.
Screw needing 2.
You will need another module if that's your plan. If you plan on upgrading to another version of Express LRS and you have anything that's SPI that's on an older version of Express LRS, then you're screwed. You got to get another module if you want to like go back to use the old one. You would need to just put that one. Or I guess, can you backdate a module? So if I like update my transmitter to version 2 of Express LRS, can I go back to version 1 on it? And is that super annoying to do? I guess both of those questions are important.
3.5.7 has a quality to it that's kind of fun on whoops.
It
Not
is.
sure why.
I don't know what it is either.
Still
It's just
waiting
something.
for a light hoop board.
Don't know what
with
it
a
is.
VTX that
It's good.
consistently
It's just
outputs
solid.
25 MW, built-in LRS, black box, and a flow for a video antenna. You should be able to flash back. Just means all my rigs.
I guess
step
if you
on
can
too.
flash back, that's not that bad, but still annoying. So annoying to have to do that. Okay, here. You're only ever going to see this once. You'll never see this online because it's never going to get posted. Here is the Express LRS Meteor 75 1S review.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Heads here from Infinity Loops.
This is my second time plugging it in.
We're going to be taking
because the first time bricked it.
nasally look at the Beta FPV Meteor 75 1S ELRS bind and fly whoop. Spoiler alert. It's 10 out of 10.
There you go. 10 out of 10. You ever want to get a good whoop?
We'll try. I have a second test TX module.
There you go. Just get yourself a Meteor 75 1S. Flies by itself. All you gotta do is arm
Until the new IOs.
it. Takes right off. All by
Rolling
itself.
on the floor laughing. Spoiler alert. LMAO.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 that one was.
Alternatively, the board can have Ghost on it instead of LRS. Hopefully a certain board a cake man told me about will fit the bill.
Excuse you.
Still on a mufflight on most of my whoops. It's based on 3.5.7 if I'm not mistaken.
Emu Flight is
Probably why
just
it flies
as well.
so well.
Works just as well.
The look on her face rolling on the floor laughing. Should have strapped a firecracker to it and armed for the 4th, haha. Great review. Must add it to Liftoff now.
Yes, the self-flying. New to Liftoff, the self-flying Beta FPV Meteor 75 1S ELRS. Just, that's all it does. It just goes right to the ceiling. What a mess. And I tried contacting Ray State Quads about it. That's where I picked it up from. And God bless them, they tried. But they just want me to contact Beta FPV and Beta FPV. Oh, Beta
Adding it to the
FPV.
list.
Oh, Beta
I believe
FPV.
that's the case, but they're basing the next version of 4.3.
Needless to say, their
apparently.
customer service wasn't very helpful
Looks
to get
like
it replaced.
all my rigs on LRS 2 until new AIO.
Yeah, pretty much. Just keep them where they're at with Express LRS. Again, unless there is some huge reason you need the new update, like it's just totally unflyable without it or really unreliable for you without it if you're getting like dropped signal and stuff. I think that
Why
was my
did
issue
just
too.
fly
I was
to
getting
moon?
dropped signal.
Geez, another project but not in a brand new BNF.
Why did it just fly to the moon? I'm pretty sure that's the 1S cross, the plus style board that Blunty and Bardwell were just talking about yesterday on stream.
MR Shutterbug said Betaf are just out of stock and need to wait for the next batch.
Yes, and
Handy thing of
Mr.
buying
Shutterbug's the
Betaf
one who brought
from
it up
Amazon.
and said
If
something
it's
about
dead,
it's an
you
older
can
gyro
easy
they're
return and
using.
refund.
And
Brandon Beans, the version of Beta Flight that comes with it bricks the gyro as soon as it boots up.
yeah, it's like a
the
coin
gyro
toss though.
craft.
It's like a 50-50 toss-up of if it'll brick your gyro or not on a brand new Beta FPV 1S board. So, oh no, please don't add it to the list. Please spare us. You should just add it to the list and make it only fly to the moon, and there's just no tuning it. And anytime anybody complains, just be like, no, it's working as normal. It's working as expected. And just link them to that video, a little 10-second.
Have you tried the Mobula 7 HD Alvis? My daily has been the MOLY 75 with some mods. Feel like it can't get better, but I kinda want the HD.
Yeah, Beans, I sent that video to Race Day Quads as well. I was like, I was trying to do a review, and this is how it started. You guys know what happened? And they said the same thing. They said that it looks like the gyro just was bricked from whenever I plugged it in. Yeah, the ICMs.
Are not happy with that and are blaming BF devs, but I just literally sent the FC back to Betaf.
The manufacturer has said that it's an old gyro, and they were like, we told them not to use it. We've told people like stop using this gyro. It's bad.
Confused V2 for April Fools. Can look up the build on Rotor Builds. Beta FPV through Amazon will get your customer service. They reached out to me after a review I posted calling something normal Beta FPV quality.
Beta FPV through Amazon? Yeah, I went through Race Day Quads. Race Day Quads is great. Their customer service is amazing, always has been. But Beta FPVs is just needs improvement.
How are the motors on the Tiny Hoop store?
The
do you use them for anything?
The Mobula 7 HD ELRS Soundlust. I have not tried that yet. I don't have HD Zero. I'm waiting for the goggles. I'm such an idiot. I should have got a module a long time ago, but now it's like
Soundlust, the HD is too heavy.
It's almost time for the goggles to come out, so I feel like I should just wait. We took a vote in chat, I think actually a couple weeks ago, and they agreed. So I'm going off of what they told me. What is the confused V2? I'll look it up on Rotor Builds myself as well. I don't know what that is. How are the motors on the Tiny Whoop store? Do you use them on anything? I have a set of the 25,000 KVs. I wanted to try them.
Are Meteor 75 frames
They are almost identical to the Happy Model the Happy Model ES 0802s, I think they're called. The Unibells that they have. The ones they look like. You'll notice the Tiny Whoop motors look a lot like the Happy Models.
Yes.
The big differences are the motor wires are a little longer and it has solder pads. So if you ever have a motor wire pull off, it doesn't go right to the wirings like on the Happy Model motor. It goes to solder pads. So you can solder your own wires on.
But
they feel good. They feel nice.
Good. It's about the only thing they
They're decent motors. I don't mind them. They're good backup motors for the ones that I normally use, and the fact that they're available in the U.S. for me,
chunky,
and I can get them here in a couple days is pretty nice.
Or it will get too heavy quickly. How are we doing?
Are Meteor 75 frames any good?
7V4?
I don't like them. I have a couple Meteor 75 frames, and I hate them. I have a couple Meteor 65 frames, and I love them. They are indestructible. The Meteor 75's really bad ducts on them. I break ducts constantly on the Meteor 75. I only ever use the Meteor 75, to be fair, on 2S builds because it has four motor holes. It has the availability of 4 motor holes, so you can use 1102s or larger motors for that. So I've only ever done heavy builds on them, but I hate it. I hate them.
Mob 7V4 is better.
I agree. I think the Mob 7 V4 is better. Better frame if you're using 0802s.
They were suspiciously similar to the X0802S.
I'm sorry. Yes, the EX. Sorry, not the ES. I think I said ES 0802s, but yes, the EX.
Confusing ass shit going on with goggles/HD, but if small stuff is getting there, I will jump on the boat. I bought a couple of Meteor 65 frames 6 months ago. Still using the first one.
Yeah. The Meteor 65s last forever. I love the Meteor 65 frames. So here's the deal with Whoop frames. Mobula 6, bad. Meteor 65, good. So Happy Model, no. Beta FPV, yes. Beta FPV 75? No. Happy Models 75? Yes. So it's like, you got to just find the right one, but one brand does one size really well, another brand does another size really well. Neither of them do both very well, in my opinion.
Damn, I should have asked for 65 frames instead, but
That's
don't
okay.
do
You can still,
65.
I don't either. You can still have fun
Anyone
with the Meteor
participating
75
in
frames.
Liftoff,
Maybe just try to keep them
Micro Drone
light. Keep the builds
So
light.
how does
Maybe
the
1S.
F75 feel in this release?
Really accurate to real life. To me, I think it's really close to my daily flyer. Handles a lot like it. Has the authority. I think the only thing it's missing is that snappiness to it. And I think that might be the overall physics thing that they're currently working on anyways. It might have something to do with that. So I'll hold judgment on that part of it until they get that release out and see how it feels then. But as of right now, I think it's pretty good.
You are flying it very confidently. 6.5.
Well, thank you.
Meteor 65 frame.
It feels pretty close to the real thing for me, so it feels, you know, minus not being totally comfortable with where everything on the map is.
They will still get used.
Everything with the whoop feels pretty comfortable right now to me. At least on the thumbs, it feels good. Oh yeah, for sure. The V3, Mobula 7 V3 frame is always a good possibility as well. Everybody gets all butthurt whenever I talk about that. I'm sorry, but for those who do care. But it's a good frame. I used it for a long time, and people always say it's too heavy. It's heavier, yes, but it's not too heavy. You can still use a 1S whoop with it really well. That's all I used for a year until people finally convinced me to try the V4 frame again. And I liked it the second time around. The second time I tried the V4. Didn't really like it the first time. I feel like the first time I tried it, though, it was actually a V2. And they told me it was a V4. I feel like the mob lights were supposed to ship with the V4. And maybe originally they shipped with the V2. Maybe they switched to the V4. Or maybe it was always the V2 and they just made it glow in the dark. I don't remember. I gotta look again. I don't
always have two new 75mm V4 frames on hand. Oh yeah, heads, you included motors in here. What am I doing with these? Is the micro update worth swapping from Velocidrone?
Oh no, brother, the motors are just...
boys.
That's the motors that I put on it. I just wanted you to have some backups. So I think I told you this on stream. Maybe you had already left. I told you like a week ago maybe that I had thrown a bunch of spare parts in the box that whatever I had around the house, just in case anything broke, to make it easier on you. That's all. Just so you weren't like, oh well, I gotta buy new motors. How do we handle this? Like, this isn't even my whoop. So that's all. Just wanted to try to make things easier.
I had a Mobula 6 frame and it took forever to break, yet all my Meteor 65 frames break in the same place.
Oh,
I guess I'm just
sorry, I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec.
Meteor frames? LOL. Okay. No problem. Good thinking. I've never seen these Biblades Aza props before. At Lucas Studios I tried but I couldn't stick with it. The accuracy of turning being too far off made me stop. I think Johan Cena has taken over the stream. At Lucas Studios, where can we find more info on that summer brawl? Should have landed on the horn before leaving. Are you tuning that bone quad beans? I don't see mashed potatoes anywhere at LFPV. ALFPV, any framework is not eternal. After brunch, yes, at Clown FPV.
Alright, sorry about that.
I'm pretty happy ATM with Rs 0802 20,000 kV and tri-blade props. At Fractal Engineer I heard rumors of having the battery mounted on top on the Fractal 65, does it exist? My only issue with my Fractal 65 is it flies too bottom heavy.
Sorry, I'm going to try to answer all these questions real quick, because I have answers to some of these. Okay. Alright, first off, I've never seen these bi-blade Aussies before. What? Are you talking about what I sent you? Blue Studios I tried, but I couldn't stick with it. The accuracy of turning being too far off made me stop. Yeah, you might need to wait until they try this new update, whenever that comes. Hopefully that'll be better. More info. Summer Brawl. Should have landed on the horn before leaving. Damn it. That's such a good point. Missed opportunity. Let's see, smash from here. I'm pretty happy with RS-0802 20,000 tri-blades. I thought the RS-0802s were a bit heavy. They felt heavy in the air. That and me personally, I don't have a use for the 1.5 millimeter motor shafts. To me, that's just more weight. But short of that, I didn't think the motors were that bad. I bet you with tri-blades, they probably feel a lot better. I flew them with bi-blades, so I bet with tris, they feel a lot better. Rumors of having the battery mounted on the top of the Fractal 65. Does it exist? There is a mount that was made by Angry Don. I don't know if it's a public thing yet, but he had me try it, and it makes the battery sit up on top. Toilet tanked across the top here. I flew it on the 75 though, so I don't know how. Well, it was designed for a 450, so I guess it wouldn't be that great on a 65. Never mind, scratch that. Must be able to see the quad tri-blade Aussies. Didn't you include a bag of props? Pretty sure those are gem fan props that I included. Pretty sure. Yeah, the motors, they are a bit heavy. But
on the Liftoff website and Liftoff micro drones Steam page, basically, simply put a top time on the leaderboard and have a chance to win up to $1,000 in store vouchers.
Bone Quad, I'm missing a letter.
Bone Quad? I'm missing a letter rolling on the floor laughing.
Yes, correct.
Also, Bman keeps beating my times lol. I will transfer my 75mm to 1002 motors, and, yes, I fly only on gem fan bi-blades.
I do have something to say about those.
Out of the loop. I've seen quad and tri-blade AZA and Venom.
The 1002 motors, I would avoid them on a 75mm. I just took them off of this after having them on here for a week and a half, 2 weeks. I flew the 19,000s and I flew the 22,000s on 1S on the 75, and I just don't think it's worth the money or the weight to put them on a 75. I think your best bet is something open prop and something likely like a 2-inch prop, 2.5-inch, ultralight 3-inch could be interesting. But 2-inch would probably be a 2-inch open prop will probably be your go-to for the 1002 motors. I still think 0802s are going to be your best bet for a 75mm whoop. I think weight-wise versus the power you get from them and the control you get from them is really where it's at. It's a happy medium, in my opinion. Okay, sorry.
Bi-blades. Didn't you include a bag of props? What are they?
I did. We've moved past that.
At EDOC, well, the F65 platform is pretty open for customization. I'm pretty sure one could make something like it work. Might even have seen one in the wild, but can't quite remember. Angry
yeah,
Dawn.
I'm trying to think if I did too. I feel like I may have.
On the heavy side. Rs0802 are good with PCB and 1.5mm shaft.
They are, yes. They're
Yeah,
just
my
a
Fractal
scotch heavy,
75
but they
flies
are
a lot
good.
better than my 65. I ordered them in the wrong ratio P.
Oops.
So I have a lot more 65 hoops in my stash.
Oh.
What makes Angryden so angry? Do we know? Other than Happy Model not getting the Mobeetle quite right.
Every other thing that Happy Model did.
PC0802 are good for 75mm assemblies. My HD Fractal 75 is almost done. Everything test fit, just need to solder it all up.
Excellent.
No more
yeah.
sim, this is a gear nerd stream now, face with tongue.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
At
we're winding
Fractal Engineer,
down.
do
So.
you ship to the UK?
Yes, he does.
At Restyle, oh nice, I might have a bunch of hoop light VTX
They
on
recently,
the way to
Clown
experiment with
did
BNF
get a
slightly
shipping route to the
smiling
UK.
face. The French are naturally angry.
Yes, there is a bit of
Need to
anger.
get a 3D printer, uneasy face.
If you're going to be an
At Clown
FPV for a long
yeah.
time, get a 3D printer. Well worth it. Yes, definitely. Couldn't agree more. I think if you've done like a year in FPV and you're still feeling really passionate about it, it's probably a good time to start looking at investing in a 3D printer.
Oui.
Oui. Yes.
I will get on that.
Very angry.
Thanks.
Naturally, except
What do you suggest?
Except like every other French person that I've spoke to so far in FPV. Angry Don's pretty high up there in anger. What do I suggest for a printer? Oh, I only have experience with the one that I bought.
To not get into 3D printing.
What I have is it's called a kitty print, cutie print. I don't know. It starts with a Q. It's called an X Pro. It has dual extruder heads, which aren't really necessary at all. I just wanted to have fun and print stupid stuff, so I did. What I would just suggest, though, is getting something that has direct drive, because you're probably going to want to print TPU.
Prusa Mini is a good shout.
A lot of people tell you to get an Ender,
every variation of every FPV
and I feel like
YouTuber.
the Ender, it's fine. It's just you have to do a lot of stuff to it when you get it.
3D printer.
To like, well, you don't have to, but a lot of people say they have to do stuff to it to like make it, just to make it just right. I had to change some stuff. I had to buy some add-ons. Imagine Angry Heads. He existed a long time ago. A younger man. That's where all the grays came from.
I'm ready to
I was just
throw
sitting
my
around
Ender
pissed
out
off
of
all
the
the
window.
time. Ready to throw my Ender out of the window? Yeah, I've heard it can get that way. It can be like that sometimes with the Enders.
Was looking into this for one Pro, only 300 US. I want a Star Trek style replicator.
Oh, a Star Trek style replicator would be sick. Just scan it right quick.
So is it time for liftoff migration from Velocidrone for small flyers? Angra in FPV? Impossible.
If you're looking,
I'm gonna go and stare at my whoops now until they start working.
If you're looking to race, I think the majority of the community still would say Velocidrone is best spot to race. If you're looking to freestyle, I think, being that I like freestyling more than anything, I think the freestyling in Velocidrone is horrible. It's so bad with the whoops. It's just the worst. But I think Liftoff micro drones is like the closest micro sim you're gonna get for freestyle. The closest.
Okay, I'm out.
Pretty
guys.
Big gap there
Wow,
too.
That gesture you made to get it just right gave me a flashback to the previous president. Replicator.
Previous president.
CYAB.
What did I make for just? I forgot what I said for just right.
Unless you like tinkering on a 3D printer as well. Later.
All right, Mr.
Brandon.
Beans. We'll see you, brother.
At Fractal Engineer, I have the MOV 7 ELRS AIOH Giro board with a naked vista in mine right now. I just ordered another couple frames from you the other day.
So jealous. All this HD0 talk. Stop it.
I love my
Y'all
Ender
stop
5,
it.
but it is very much for someone who is happy to tinker with it to get it printing good. Prusa Mini works out the box pretty much. Not sponsored BTW.
Oh yeah, I'm not sponsored by the way.
Hand
I'm not
light,
sponsored
skin tone.
by the way. I just think this is one of the better sims for freestyling micros, but I have nothing to do with the company. I have nothing to do with the sim. I'm just a fan. You guys know me. Tell it like it is. If it sucked, you would hear those words from me. EDOC. What is EDOC?
Once Liftoff Micro adds level editor, it'll level the playing field immo.
I think if micro drones ever got a level editor, that would be pretty nutty.
I've been flying like a year and change now. I think I've just gotten good enough to even feel that Velocidrone freestyle is wonky.
Likely, yeah, likely. You'll start to be able to tell. The more time you spend in the air, IRL, with different crafts, different sizes, you start to realize there are some sims that are way further off than you thought originally, and some are probably a little closer than your original thought was when you're like, man, this doesn't feel right. And then you go out and fly a quad and you're like, oh, well, this doesn't feel right either. So maybe it was a little closer than I thought. I've had those realizations.
Track editor is part of the development plans. Smiley face.
Ooh.
Hey, did you show the gameplay yet? Are you going to?
I did. We're just now winding down. Sorry, you're just now catching the end. But this will all be on the channel. I tried to keep the actual flying and the sim parts moving, so it'd be entertaining to watch. I didn't want to drag my feet too much. Figured I'd answer questions and stuff here at the end.
At Lucas Studios, can you just copy the Sims house builder for the level editor? Would be perfect.
Yeah, that'd be good. There you go. Might bite the bullet and just get the SVO1. What's the SVO1? I'm out of the game.
At Restyle Dang Super, I'm pressed that,
Is that
it can
the,
carry a naked Vista. Send me pics of how you build your F-75 sometimes. Very curious, slightly smiling face, thank you.
Soval 3D printer? I forgot how to say their name. As in the Sims game. Oh, I knew what you meant. Super impressed I can carry a naked Vista. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I like to see pictures of that too. Post them in the, whatchamacallit? Post them in the Fractal Engineering Facebook group so everybody can see them. We need more pictures of builds over there anyways. We don't see enough builds in the Fractal Engineering group. So if you got an F-75 build, or any of the other ones, go chuck it over there. Wingman,
FFS,
F-65.
I gotta stop coming to your stream. I bought the Skyzons last time, now Liftoff.
Oh.
My pockets, man.
Hey, listen, at least they're both good buys.
The recent release
in my
catches
opinion.
my eye.
They're both good buys.
Ugh, Facebook.
So you got that.
The reason we don't have the classic track builder from Liftoff yet is exactly because we are experimenting with some tool ideas.
Ooh.
No promises.
Okay. Well, I happen to know a legendary map builder that I'm sure would be interested in checking out a map designer in Liftoff, as well as what he does now. Is the recent release that catches your eye? Okay. I haven't.
Right.
As soon as I bought a printer, I was just like, nope, hands off. Not looking anymore. I'm not looking anymore. I'm not spending any more money. That's it. I got it. Okay, bye. And it's been great. It's just been working. But here's the thing. 3D printers, much like FPV, you might buy one, and it may work perfect right out of the box. OG bought identical, same exact printer I bought, and he bought the same exact printer I bought
now has over 5,000
because he assumed if anything
community.
happened with mine, I could troubleshoot and vice versa. We could be able to figure out problems,
Hello.
because we both have the same thing.
Shot boner.
His won't print TPU. Just right out of the box, won't print TPU. Mine, like butter. Perfect. His, it just spaghettis every time and won't print. And he has no idea why. No clue. Settings, exactly the same. We'll do the exact same print, everything. Same files. For some reason, mine prints fine. His doesn't. Same exact things. Don't know what happened. So much like FPV, you kind of got to be ready with 3D printers to like fix stuff. Do a lot of reading online to figure out what's wrong. Sometimes you just get stuff right out of the box. It works great. Classic Liftoff now has over 5,000 custom tracks.
Wow. Office in Liftoff Micro.
Jesus, that's a lot. Yeah, this community is nuts with building maps.
Thanks.
I've flown some wicked ones. Hello there, Derpy Hooves. Welcome, welcome. I saw your, I'm pretty sure it was you. Didn't you you did the iGal Lego figurines, right? I think I saw those from you on Facebook. Those were sick. Super cool. Good job. I want CS Office and Liftoff micro drones. Oh, I'd take it. I'd take it all day. Give me Dust too?
Yeah, workshop integration is
Come on,
awesome.
man.
Yes.
That would be good fun. That was you, Derpy? Yeah, good job. Those were awesome. I saw, well, I only saw Bri-Fi's, but it was really good. Workshop integration is awesome. Yes, it is. Yeah, being able to integrate the Steam Workshop makes things
Liftoff has dust.
much better.
Thanks.
Wait, does it really? Liftoff has Dust? The original one? Well, I may need to fly Liftoff next stream, boys. We may need to fly Liftoff next stream. I still need to try Trip. I need to fly Trip on stream at least once. There's so much hype around that sim right now, my lord.
Custom creation. New ad heads, please launch it now.
Yeah, I'll have to check. Please launch it now? I have to download the map and everything. Actually, wait a minute. I have an update that's queued, I saw earlier, for Liftoff.
2 more custom Lego figures going as prizes in Race Cow.
I'm throwing that in for... Oh wait, if it does it now, never mind. Never mind. I'll update it right after stream. If I try to update it now, it's going to make the stream poop itself. 2 more custom Lego figurines going as prizes in Race Cow. Cool. Well, if you haven't joined Race Cow yet, ladies and gents.
Discoverability of maps is a bit difficult at Lucas Studios.
Yeah. It'd be kind of neat to have, like, featured maps on the main menu or something that would cycle, you know? Like not creator picks. What do they call it?
Finally, some devs that innovate, rather than do another version of the same concept.
What is it? I can't even think of what I'm trying to say here, but where it would be like a community pick.
August 1st IIRC. Just posted a couple pics on the Fractal shop page.
Yeah, I feel like that would be neat. Trip looks great. Finally, some devs that innovate rather than do another version of the same concept. Yeah, I do. I like the little things they're adding in. I like the missions. That's cool, and having things to chase is neat. Yeah. Again, the biggest thing for me is always just how the team develops it. It's not how it flies. It's not how it looks. It's never any of that. Those all are secondhand. For me, it's always about the communication between the developer and the community. Because if you're not willing to communicate with the community that is, makes this hobby what it is, it's hard to make a sim that's good if you're not willing to do that. So that's always been an important part for me as well. Which other devs of other sims are kind of quiet. Not all of them, but majority of them are pretty quiet.
Anyone have thoughts about TRYP?
I just don't think that helps. I have some thoughts. I'll save them though. I have some thoughts on Trip. I've already flown it a few hours, but I'll do a couple more hours on stream maybe this weekend. Maybe we'll do like Saturday or something. Saturday night we'll do a stream with Trip and fly it for a few hours and see what the maps have to offer and all that.
Personally love it. Liftoff only exists because of the community.
Exactly.
Teamwork.
Yeah. And Liftoff is what it is because of that. Yeah. And it hangs around as long as it does because of that.
I've done 68 minutes.
You've done 68 minutes? Actually, yeah, let me check. Let me see.
Lack of momentum.
Lack of momentum? Are you talking about in Trip? I thought the rates feel funny to me. They just feel a little tight. I'll get into all that when we do a stream on it, but it's not bad. It's not far off.
Leaderboards with God mode and without should be separated too. I like flying realistic feeling races, but impossible
so I've
to
done
get on leaderboards with bad sim
2.1 hours.
Yup.
In Trip,
yes.
So not too much, but enough to get a pretty decent feel for it and get acclimated to it. So we'll check it out some more though. Dig around in all the maps.
68 minutes just trying to get the impossible look I found. Haha. The rates are not default heads.
68 minutes?
It's default with 0.1 expo, so you have to change them if you haven't.
I did. Yeah, no, I changed the rates. I got my rates plugged in. My rates feel weird, and so that's what I'm going off of. Is like once I changed the rates to mine, I was like, well, this doesn't feel totally right. This feels a little fast. It just feels a little snappy. But I have everything else set to how I would normally fly anything else, any other sim or quad. Yeah, it's just whatever. You know, it's early access. Again, same with micro drones. It's things that will improve over time, and I am a patient person.
I'm pretty
I understand these good
ADHD.
things take time. All right. Well, I think that'll wrap it up for us today. Boys and girls, we'll be back Friday morning freestyle. I'm not sure what we're going to be flying yet, but we'll find something fun. We might actually do this again. This was a lot of fun. The F-75 feels so nice. If you have Liftoff micro drones, go get that new download in and the new update up, and try that new F-75. It is nice. But yeah, we will see you Friday morning.
Have a good one all.
And yeah, enjoy the rest of your week, guys. And I'll always keep my toigas toit. Always. We'll see you then, guys. Have a good one. Peace.